Hi again, it's Julie from PJ Library and the Center for Jewish Education. I wanted to wish you all a very happy Passover. And since we're in the middle days of Pesach, we say Moadim L'Simcha, which basically means expanding the joy. Passover is a spring holiday, and it's supposed to be one that's filled with joy and happiness. And so I thought that we would do a project today that would expand our joy and make our homes, where we're spending an awful lot of time these days, beautiful and exciting. So what we're going to do a really easy project that can be expanded up for older kids and can be simplified a lot for younger kids. So basically what you need are papers. Any kind of paper that you have is good. We want stuff with images on it though, but I'm upcycling today. So I'm taking this old newspaper. I'm taking some cardboard that I got in some Amazon package. And I actually saved this paper source bag because I thought it was really nice. So I'm going to start my project with papers that I already have. I'm going to show you what we're making, which are flower collages for spring and for bringing beauty into our homes. And if you stick around till the end, I'm gonna, for the older kids or maybe some of the more artistic grown-ups or even younger kids, I'm gonna show you a really cool technique for making painted paper, which you can use in these flower collages, and it's just gonna add that much more excitement. So the basic is what we're gonna do first. And the basic is very, very basic. We take our paper. I'm gonna take a sheet from this newspaper, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna cut elements of a flower. So we know that the center of the flower is what shape? A circle, right? So we're gonna cut out a circle. It does not have to be a perfect circle. Nothing in nature is actually perfect or symmetrical. So looking around here, I realized I forgot one important supply. You need glue. And if you're gonna put these on your walls, I'm gonna use painter's tape to add them to my walls. Anyway, so I'm cutting a circle, and then I'm gonna cut some petals. So I'm gonna take my package. I'm gonna cut out a rectangle, and it says on this bag, please recycle this bag. I wonder if they mean make flowers out of it, because that's what we're going to do today. So flower petals are basically ovals. So I have my circle, and I have my petals. I'm going to make more flower petals, more ovals. One, two, use the other side of the bag. You can see I'm clearly not using a pattern of any kind. I don't really do a lot of things very precisely. I just, let's see, I've got 4, and it looks like I need one more. They don't need to be the same size. They don't even really need to be exactly the same shape. But I'm going to cut. I'm going to take my glue stick. I'm going to put the glue around the edges of my circle. You can see it's purple. It's going to dry clear. And I'm going to add my flowers, press it down, add some more glue here, I'm going quickly because I don't want to bore you, but you can take as much time as you need to get your shape right. Obviously, big kids can do this themselves. They can choose the papers they want, or you can give them old magazines or whatever that you have. Little kids, you might cut the shapes out for them if you want. But there I have my beautiful flower. So I'm going to add a stem. I'm going to take that cardboard and I'm just going to cut a long rectangular shape. I'm going to glue it to the back. I'm going to flip this over, add some more glue. And my very basic upcycled flower is finished. Can you see it? See that? And it immediately, I'm going to use painter's tape. Let's see. It can be put on my wall as a decoration as we end Passover, as we begin spring, as we spend a lot of time in our houses. We might want some new decorations. Can you see it? Am I blocking you? So you can imagine if you fill all of your walls with this paper, you can make all kinds of beautiful flowers. But here's the next part. Okay, now that I have rearranged my camera here, I'm going to show you something really cool. I'm going to use crayon, and I'm just going to start drawing some shapes. Woo, that was a lot of pressure there. I'm going to use oil pastel. If you have these at home, they're super fun also. Let's see if I have some white. White looks amazing with this, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to press sort of hard. I'm going to draw a bunch of things. Doesn't matter what. You can pick your colors, whatever you want. You can fill the whole paper with scribbles. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tray of watercolors and I am going to paint right on top of my pastels. And what I'm going to get, can you see what's happening? The oil pastel is resisting the watercolor, and I'm going to end up with a beautifully painted paper without needing to be able to draw, although I'm sure many of you are amazing drawers out there. It's very, very satisfying. Can you see what's happening? It becomes this beautiful thing. So the reason it works is my crayon is wax, my oil pastels are oil, and my watercolor paint is watercolor. So the watercolor gets resisted, the oil and the wax resist the watercolor, and you end up with these really cool designs. You can paint, I'm using mixed media paper. You can do this on construction paper or thicker paper. You can try it on computer paper. It's a little bit harder. But basically, what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn my camera around right now. Okay, so now that I have shown you how to paint your own paper, if you have those kinds of supplies, you can also, I mentioned it earlier, but if you don't have paint, you can do it with marker. Basically, just make a lot of different patterns. And now I have all of this painted paper that I made. And so I'm going to use these to add layers to my collage. So if you can see my flower over there, my leaf was brown, but I painted this beautiful green paper. So now I'm gonna add some green painted paper to my collage. I would not recommend, sorry, I'm back over here. I would not recommend painting directly on your, or gluing directly on your wall, but this is a way for you to be able to see it. So let's see. I did this one with crayon and paint. I'm gonna cut directly just my little swirl here. I kind of like that. Glue that down. So the thing about collage is it really is about layers and putting things that didn't start out together, putting them together. So I have another kind of orangey textured painted paper. I'm just gonna do some squiggly cuts here. And let's see what's gonna happen. Where should I put my squiggly line? I don't know. It's gonna go, ooh, I like that. I'm gonna glue it. Even though it's not green, that's okay. I'm gonna glue it to my stem. So I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna affix my flower, and I might keep working on it. And if I do, if I do, I will put a picture in the comments so you can see what it looks like when I'm all done layering. I hope that you guys had a great day. I hope that you are having a Chag Sameach, a lovely Passover. I want to wish you a Moadim L'Simcha, an expansion of all of the joy. I hope that these flowers, and I hope you make a lot of them and fill your house with them. I hope they bring you joy. If you are a kid watching this video without your grown-ups, make sure before you attach them to the walls that you get permission. I'm using, it looks like masking tape, but it's not. I'm using painter's tape because when I'm done with my collage, when I don't want it on the wall anymore, it won't, I can take it off and it's not going to lift off any paint from the walls. That's really important. So we don't use Scotch tape on walls. We don't use masking tape. And we really need to make sure our grown-ups are cool with us putting things on the walls. But why wouldn't they be if you make beautiful things? So make your beautiful things, share them with me. I wish you the most joyful end of Passover. And when it's all over, I also want to hear what the first thing you're going to be eating when Passover is done is. So leave a comment for me. Let me know that you saw this and share your pictures with me. Cannot wait to see the beautiful gardens that you make in your homes. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.